Even if you're badly wounded, you've got to stay in the fight no matter what as long as you can. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson from Brazil, and it shows us an ambush of an off-duty police officer. It's going to teach us some important lessons here about transitional spaces, about surviving the ambush, about fighting the fight no matter what, first aid skills, and we're going to talk just a little bit here about spiritual fitness. We can just see our victims coming down the sidewalk here when two guys are going to come after them who are trying to ambush them. And they do. The one guy pulls a pistol and shoots this guy who's an off-duty officer in the back. Now the officer gets a gun out as well and chambered and starts to shoot back, but you notice how badly he's injured. Now that bystander in the car drives off and all the action is over here, and now his friend is trying to get him some help and get in the house, and this guy is badly wounded. I don't know what the end outcome was. First lesson that we learned from this one is transitional spaces. Sidewalks are transitional spaces because they're places people come and go. They're places for an easy ambush and easy escape for a potential attacker. So you got to pay attention. And situational awareness is our next lesson. And we see here that the officer did have good situational awareness. You can see right here, he's turned around and he's seen these guys coming. So he knows something is coming his way. That gave him an opportunity here, but he wasn't at a deficit here for sure. And so now you see him try to get distance and draw a gun on an already drawn gun. And we see again and again that if a gun is already drawn on you, trying to get distance on a gun isn't going to make it. Trying to draw on a drawn gun many times is going to get you shot. Does get our good guy shot here in the back. Next thing that I notice here is that from his back, you notice he's trying to chamber around in his gun. He's carrying his gun with his chamber empty, and so that made it much more difficult for him, especially injured, to get his firearm in the fight. He finally does and stays in the fight. I think that's an incredibly great lesson, that he's badly injured, but he stays in the fight here and drives these guys off so that they're not able to hurt his accomplice, his apprentice or whatever, his friend here. And now I want to talk about this person in this black car. I think they did a fine thing here. As soon as things went down, they put that car in drive and they're getting out of there. I know it's a bad thing. They're going to run over our victim here, but getting yourself out of the danger zone, really, really wise here. Last thing I want to talk about, your friend is now badly injured and the threat is gone. Now you've got to do appropriate follow-up. Getting on the phone with emergency services and then starting emergency first aid, having the skills and having your equipment with you, incredibly important. This one came out really bad for the defender, for the victim. Let's learn the lessons here about transitional spaces. Let's learn the lesson about drawing on a drawn gun, keeping our firearm ready, putting shots on target, staying in the fight, and having the first aid skills at the end to cover our ASP.